We bring up this last topic because I feel like it was just last week, Michael. You asked me if you had to say what are some movie projects that are like reboot proof that will never be touched. I think I said Back to the Future because legally I don't think Robert Zemeckis will let them, and Wizard of Oz. Well, dang it, past self. Why couldn't you be right more often, or at least wait a little bit until you're proven wrong? Come on! Because it seems like, while they're not outright stating that this is a remake, the director of 3 of the 9 episodes of Watchmen has been tapped to do a new version of Wizard of Oz. Now, I won't openly say that this is a reboot because they haven't said reboot in any of the official articles that I've read. They're saying it's an adaptation of the L. Frank Baum book, which I'm going, so Wizard of Oz then. And apparently, I didn't even know this, but doing my research, there's like 13 Oz books. So that makes me think maybe this isn't a reboot of Wizard of Oz. Maybe it's like a Narnia situation of you can pick your spot in the timeline that is the Oz world. If that's the case, I'm much more interested. Oz has had a spotty record, let's say, apart from the original movie. You've got Wicked, which is still a hit Broadway musical and supposed to be a movie sometime soon. But then you also have Sam Raimi's Oz the Great and Powerful, which is less than spectacular. The problem with Wizard of Oz has been and always will be the book is public domain, but there's certain aspects of Wizard of Oz that are copyright, so it's super, super weird. Like, if I remember correctly, Oz the Great and Powerful, when Mila Kunis is the Wicked Witch, there was like certain things that she could not do. Like the skin, the green color of her skin couldn't be a certain shade of green, or her costume couldn't look too similar to the original one. It's super, super weird. I'm not immediately opposed to this because if there are 13 other books in the world of Oz, it sounds like a Narnia situation of there's a lot of fun things to explore besides just what happened to Dorothy and the terrifying return to Oz. So in that sense, that could be interesting. Will a movie studio do that? I don't think so. I think they'll remake Wizard of Oz, but won't ever call it a remake or reboot. They'll just say it's an adaptation of L. Frank Baum's version. I'm like, was the original movie not accurate enough for you? It's something different this time around? Michael, you see they're touching a beloved classic. You mad? Or what are you doing here?
Well, I'm rather ambivalent at this point, but let me do you a favor and let me, in this next week, talk to my uncle. My uncle, a big film fan, his like passion is the Wizard of Oz. Like he has trinkets, he has almost every single version of media for this that was ever released. He's a Wizard of Oz fanatic, and I say that in a positive way. He knows everything about this, his documentaries. I mean, it's his favorite, obviously, film of all time. And I mean, the amount of actual like decor related to the Wizard of Oz would stun you. It rivals the biggest Star Wars fans. And so I'd have to ask him about this very thing because if it eventually, makes its way through production, he'll be able to tell me all the facts and figures and why this is different and what it is. So I'll have to ask him about what he thinks about this if he has seen the news, and then I'll come back to you because, like, seriously, he's a professional. He's that guy you'd want to phone a friend if you had a $1 million question about the Wizard of Oz.
So what you're saying is he could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain.
Well done, sir. Very well done.
I may or may not have known that because I may not have been Scarecrow at one point in a high school play.
Awesome.
But yeah, is this something that interests you at all or no?
I didn't see Oz the Great and Powerful because my uncle said it wasn't that good. So I'm like, well, okay, if it's not that good, I'm not going to go see it. Considering he's the expert in my life, there's a theme tonight. I guess it's just the mood I'm in. I'll be cautiously optimistic. I'm starting to try to be a little more mature and say, no, I'm just not interested, or no, this is really bad. I'm trying to be more
About
holistic
time.
in my approach. Yeah, I know. I know. Don't get me wrong. There's still some things that I'm gonna still be adamant about. But
Like an
hey,
Uno movie with Lil Yachty producing it.
uh, listen. There are things that I can accept and there are things that I cannot accept. This is one of those things I can accept, unlike what you just said.
Although I think I shared this on Twitter when I saw that yes, Lil Yachty, the rapper, is doing an Uno movie. I was going, okay, that sounds dumb unless it's about a family that slowly falls apart over one game, because I've seen some terrible things go down during Uno games. One of my former jobs, kids would play Uno, and I've never seen someone play so competitively as these group of kids played Uno. Like if fights started, it was because of Uno, and like they would consult the Uno rule book and be like, "That's not how we play it," or well, "Okay, I didn't know Uno has its own cult, but Uno out."